You're watching the Green Machine Live, your home for Irish football news and nostalgia. David Dunn here, joined by Martin Prendergast. And yes, I am doing this on my phone again because the Wi-Fi just doesn't work. So I'm using mobile data. Hopefully, this doesn't cost me an absolute fortune. But anyway, yes. So we're here to preview the Republic of Ireland against the Netherlands. Of course, that will be tomorrow from Amsterdam, where I currently am, staying with a family. So I might sound like I'm in a
Mm,
bunker.
are you
I am.
staying? Are you staying with a family,
I,
Dave?
I,
I
I
don't
am
know.
staying with. I am staying with a family. Feels a bit more like Anne Frank's house actually at the moment. The way it's like more like a bunker. What? I actually tried to go down to Anne Frank. I wanted to see Anne Frank's house, and the bloody thing was sold out. I probably just wanted to see that. But anyway, yes, we have. Well, I'd say a crucial World Cup qualifier tomorrow. It's not really not for us anyway. Well, it's not a World Cup qualifier; it's a Euro qualifier. But Republic of Ireland are out. We are out. We cannot qualify through playoffs, through Mystic Meg, well, especially because she's not with us anymore. We can't qualify. It's just not going to happen. So if the Netherlands win tomorrow, they qualify automatically. So maybe we can spoil a party. I don't know, but it is done. It is over. Um, Martin, over to you, I suppose. You haven't left Blighty, but you will be coming over here later on tomorrow. So you looking forward to it, or it's just another day in the office?
No, I'm looking forward to it very much. Like, it's an Ireland away game. A lot of fans are over there already, as we know, and it's always good to just meet up with Irish fans, basically, who we've met over the years,
Mm.
traveling, watching Ireland. Last time I was in Amsterdam was 2004, so the Robbie Keane 1-0. So I've got fond memories of it. Um, and that was
Yeah,
where we did actually spoil the party as they were heading off to the Euros on that occasion, and we beat them in a the last game, and it was a big farewell kind of thing. And I remember the Dutch fans were in fine voice, but and the Irish fans did enjoy themselves, and I'm looking forward to seeing the sights of Amsterdam, I suppose. But a lot of Irish
oh
fans over
yeah,
there, as I said, they're in the bars and stuff. It's another away, and it was always going to be a popular one. This one,
yeah,
and I know it's not worked out with Stephen Kenny in qualification. Massive shame on that, but we're still traveling in incredible numbers, and I'm just
yeah.
amazed at the Irish support.
Well, I mean, and also the fact that it's in Amsterdam does help as well, Martin. And
Yeah,
let's be
it
honest.
does. Yeah, on a Saturday night. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I must say actually, I was quite touched by
Oh,
some of the.
oh,
No, no, Martin, just calm down. You
we're
haven't
getting a
even
lot of
got here
this is
yet.
the innuendo, and this is the kind of
Yes, indeed. Actually, before I continue my next comment, I am on a mobile phone, so I might not be as smooth as I normally am. So, but we will get your comments. Do leave your comment, get involved. I've also got a few snaps here today. So tell us what you think. Are you over for the game? Do you think Kenny's goose is cooked? Do you want it to be cooked? Do you not want it to be cooked? Tell us. Tell us about geese. But yeah, get involved. Have your say. We are Irish football's most interactive podcast. But yeah, it won't be our usual smooth delivery because I'm on a mobile phone in a bunker in Amsterdam. Actually, nice part, very nice family, in fact. Anyway, going back to that, very touched by the support I received. I didn't realize that actually, we're a bit of we're a bit of a European name, man. The Green Machine, because I was walking down the canal and I looked over and there was this young lady in the window and she recognized me. She was actually waving at me and, asked me to come over, but I couldn't because, I had to get down to the press conference. And I thought, oh, that's fantastic. We've got some female fans over here in Amsterdam. Just brilliant. It was down by Wallen, I think, that area. I don't know what she was saying. She wasn't wearing a
oh,
lot, but, you know,
I'll
she
have
was
to
in the
check it
window
out
anyway.
tomorrow. I'll have to go and have a chat with her tomorrow and see if
Yeah.
she's a fan of who she likes best on the podcast, me, you, or Nick.
Mm,
So
yeah. I bet you. I bet you she'll like whoever you want her to like, Martin. To be honest. Um, Yeah, no, Amsterdam is a very chilled out place. If you are coming here to get the travel card, don't do what I did. I went to the machine. It doesn't give you the option in the station, Schiphol Airport station, and go to the desk, and they'll very, very gladly help you. Like they're very, very nice over here. Um, oh, sorry, I'm trying to get my
And it was 30 quid in 3 days, isn't it? I think you said.
30 quid, yeah, for 3 days.
What would be the price just normally just going in and out tomorrow, like for some of people just going in?
€5.
Oh, return.
€5. No, just single.
Oh,
So
right.
it's
Okay.
really good. It's really good value. The transport network over here is absolutely spot on. And I'm just trying to find some
And
pictures here, which
have
I
you,
haven't uploaded.
what else have you, so you had to walk around. Oh, there you go.
Here
Yeah.
here we go.
That's your ticket for the,
We
yeah.
have lift off. Fucking hell.
But it's very,
But
I remember when in 2004, it was very, like loads of bikes, isn't there? And stuff. But have you been riding, like, did you go out on one of them things? Like the bike event?
um, no, I haven't. I always got a bang of one, a bike
Right.
that is.
Right.
Not a village bike. But by an actual bike, because oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It was his fault. The guy almost knocked me off the bloody bike,
Oh,
or he almost knocked me off the road on his bike. But yeah, no, it's very nice over here. Yeah, it's just very chill. Like they're very. I mean, it's just very chill. The transport system is fantastic to get on that, and where you are, I think it's the M. If you get the metro, I think it's I can't remember, but you can get a metro right to the Johan Cruyff Arena because you can see. Have a look at this. This was me earlier today.
oh, nice.
Look at that gorgeous face. Not the fella in the background. Look at the fella in the foreground.
Yeah.
I've always want. Oh, I've just knocked my bloody
But
camera.
that's where is that where we played before 1-0? Yeah, that was
Yeah,
it the same? Yeah. Yeah. So
we haven't played him we haven't played him in the Coupe Stadium since '94.
yeah.
We beat him 1-0. Also, yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to go to the stadium, so I was delighted to finally get there. And here's a bit more inside it. And they're gonna have
Lovely.
this nothing like orange. Oh, God,
Oh God.
taunting us already. And I didn't know this actually, but they have all the seats are sponsored. See
All
that one
right.
there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Nice.
They have changed it out somewhat. You can't really see there, but you remember the corners used to have the high walls. They don't have that anymore. So
That's
they
Keith
have
Andrews
changed.
on the pitch there. Go back to the pitch one. That is Keith Andrews on the right, isn't it? Putting out the cans. That is definitely Keith Andrews.
As they were being put through the paces. They had a big clock.
There's a load of dummies on the pitch there as well. I'm being kind.
You're not doing a
I
very
am
good job.
being kind. But you can see,
But
I just know Keith Andrews' gait in a way. Like, just know his kind of walk. He has that lazy, sweepy
with
lip
purpose,
action. Yeah, yeah.
with purpose, and all of that.
Excuse me.
Also, speaking of generous, actually, and here we're being kind. The hospitality here, fantastic. Have a look at the drinks.
Oh,
That's what we could have had. Anything you
yeah.
wanted. I was
Very
on the
nice.
coffee because I hadn't slept very well. And also I noticed maybe a precursor for tomorrow. Because obviously if the Dutch win, they qualify for the Euros automatically. And so it'd be a hell of a party, but the roof was closed on the Amsterdam Arena. So
Nice.
that would be a hell of noise there. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Of course, it was over for the press conference there with Stephen Kenny. Now there was two parts: the live part and the embargo part. So can't really talk about the embargo part. To be honest with you, Mark, not really too much to speak about. Not really too much going on. Obviously, Benny's out, so Andy Moran will take his place. Of course, the under 21's very unlucky.
Has that been confirmed that Andy Moran coming in or not? Breaking news there, Dave.
I believe it has. Yes,
breaking embargoes.
No. Don't talk. No, I don't think so. No. I mean, I think I mean, it makes sense because obviously he was brought in because he knew. I mean, all the players. There were so many players on scans, weren't they? You know, so there was going to be one. So it's like Benny, he's out, but Evan Ferguson is back in, which is he was never out, but he's in. Okay, so don't panic. He's not going off to England. And that was it. That was it, really. It was a very. It wasn't a lot going on. It was just very nice questions. I think now it was just. Yeah, look, we know this is Stevie Kenny's last window. as Ireland manager. So I just think the media. I'm not saying they were giving him an easy ride. I think they were just like, well, what's the point? That's the vibe I got, and I got the vibe from Kenny that he just looked very sort of like he knew his number was up. You know, he denied it, I'm sure, if you asked him, but he just looked like, yeah, you know what? His demeanor was just very, and you can see like he's frustrated by it, but at the end of the day, you know, I think we can all agree, like, you can have no complaints. You know, 3 years in the
Yeah,
job, and
yeah. I mean, even on social media though, that it's been a bit strange. I think the build up for the senior camp in a way. You know, I know we joked about the Nissan videos of them arriving and stuff, but you've not really seen much of Stephen Kenny in it, and I think there's also a little bit of a change for narrative. If you look at one of their tweets today, for example, saying Andrew Moran could become a 24th player to make his competitive debut under Stephen Kenny when we face the Netherlands tomorrow. Young talent
getting
coming
that
through
ready.
the Irish system, and then you see like they put up a kind of if I can hold it up to the camera if I can, but oh, it's not great, is it? But it just shows some of the players who can
It's photographic.
Yeah, and you know it's talking about them all coming through the system and things, and we know that, like Stephen Kenny's mentioned that enough, and yeah, it's a little bit of sadness for me. I'm sure a lot of other Irish fans as well who were very behind Kenny and what he was trying to do. I think it's the right thing that what he's trying to do. It's just not worked out for him. He's a very nice guy, but I think it's just not worked. And I think actually the talent is there, and I think it will just be another person to get the credit of working with those players now going forward. Because I think there's without a doubt they can qualify for tournaments, and you know, it's a really exciting team and squad I think that we have got.
Oh, listen, I don't buy that argument that we don't have the players. No. I mean, look, I'll put a post up here. Bear with me a second. Just going to get my laptop here. My laptop is just so bloody.
Watching other stuff.
I don't do that with my laptop. I do it on my phone. Don't touch whatever you do. Don't touch my phone. You'll get pregnant from it.
Oh,
yeah. The smut is strong with this one. But I mean, like, put this graphic up. I wanted to put it up in this, but I can't. But you know, Slovakia's qualified for Euro 2024. Luxembourg are in a playoff. Iceland are going to a playoff. We're out. Do you know what I mean? We've got some talented players there. I mean, we were never really in it. We were gone in June after the demolition by Greece and Athens. It's been very poor, but now what you're going to hear is, and you can tell Kenny, he's getting ready now for his defence. We've seen it before with other managers, and now he's going to be lashing out that I've capped 24 players. I've done this. We've changed the style of football. I don't think he has, by the way. He did. I was having a conversation with somebody today about that. We were talking about it. He did, but got found out and hasn't been able to adapt to it. He's only gone to a flat back for, you know, as his in-game management, you know, when it's too late, you know, and that's the problem with it. So you're going to hear all this now. He changed that, he changed this, and there's all this talk of, you know, I said some of the questions were quite nice. Like one of the questions asked of Alan Brown, I don't think he's captain. He was asked actually, is Stephen Kenny going to be captain? I can't remember that I was seeing it live or in bar. Probably I'm breaking up Barcos. And he was said that, like, no, he is captain material. Like, he's been a great player for me. You know, he's always in amongst the goals. He's not a player. He's not an attacker. And it's actually true, by the way, to be fair to Alan Brown. I know Nick's not his favourite. It's not Nick's favourite. But, you know, they were talking about, like, how, you know, we want to keep going forward with this new style. And you know, the performances will start turning into results. And I'm thinking, lads, this is just tripe. I'm sorry. I'm not, for me, there was a case for that. And we were championing, I should say, that, you and I, Martin, and Nick, and we were trying, look, you know, stick with the process. It's working, until it wasn't working. And you're going to just hear a lot of that now. And it's sad in a way, but at the end of the day, it's his dream job. He's going to do everything he can to stick to it. And, you know, you can't blame him either for that.
No, you can't.
If you're not in the same boat, we'd be the same.
Yeah, of course. But I think it's like as a fan base, I think there's a lot of apathy now. We're just kind of fed up with it. We want change.
Well,
We can
do
see
you
it's the
think
end of
that?
it. We haven't qualified, but I think it's not. It's not ending poisonous. Which even
No, no, no.
trap at the end, it was annoying, wasn't it? Like we were just everything was being analysed. Like he doesn't even watch the Ireland games. He doesn't watch
Well, that was
the
at the
players.
beginning. That was at the beginning.
Yeah,
He did
yeah. But I
eventually,
think he,
but
like I think he'll get a lot of credit with the fans. I think it will be quite emotional. I think on Tuesday night actually, because I think he will be emotional when he knows it's
because
over.
it's not a gig. Because it's not a gig.
Yeah,
It was a gig
exactly.
for
Yeah.
Trap. It was a gig for O'Neill.
Yeah,
This
Martin
is
O'Neill. Yeah, yeah. It's not. It's a
yeah.
dream job, and that's why I think the press are just they know, and I think they're giving him an easy time with it on that kind of side of level, the personal level, which I'm glad it's not. Like
Well,
calling
they
him out for
don't.
being a clown or anything. It's not poison. It's not gutter
No,
job.
they
It's not
don't need
really.
to.
No,
No, no,
no.
they
It's
don't
it's
need
just
to.
not worked, and like I know you're gonna maybe come on and talk about, it, but like Philip Quinn, he has gone from in he's called him out on the results, and we know that that's
Mm,
happened a bit, but you know, that was the kind of the one main dig. That was the one that really kind of
mm.
was and I remember
Yeah,
even
you said it
Kieran
was a
was saying like
shambles.
tone it down, tone it down a little bit, like be respectful, because he was being very honest. Philip Quinn, he was calling him out for results and then saying, Stephen, you have to acknowledge this isn't working. This is results business, and
Yeah.
he has had these impassioned kind of goes, hasn't he, Stephen Kenny, which again shows that he has got it in his locker in a way to. That's why I've never brought into the narrative how he's not motivating the players. He's not brilliant in front of the media, as we know, but I've heard him live in front of me, and when he gets going and he's comfortable in that conversation,
Mm.
addressing people, I think it does come across very good. But I think he's just too honest in front of the media, and he's not able to shut them down. Whereas
Well,
I think this is the thing now. I think it's a bit of sadness in a way for him that it's not worked out. Like you said, it's not a gig to him. This was a dream job.
no, it's just like, and hopefully we'll have
Mm.
some. I know Nick and I had a row about this a while back, and I do hope he will have a part to play in Irish football because we don't have many, homegrown coaches or talent to really help with the development of the game
No, no.
in Ireland. And speaking of it, he was asked actually about another bit of news today. Jonathan Hill has apologized, basically to unreservedly apologized to the staff. Obviously for the controversy. Now we spoke about this last time.
Mm.
About the controversy that his situation has caused. The man who's brought in to stop the controversy is now at the center of it, which is just utterly. I can't believe we're back to this again. But he was asked about Jonathan Hill, and he talked about the media training, and all he had to say was, "I'm look."
Yeah,
He
not for
seems
me.
like
It's not football. I'm here
yeah,
to talk football, but
I'm here to talk about football, nipping in the bud, but he went into that, and basically, he was saying that, he seems like a very confident guy, and basically, I'm sure it's a mistake. Like there's no ill will, and the money's been paid back.
mm,
Which is true, by the way. The money he has paid the money back, and I don't think, I know we were giving out about him about Jonathan Hill, but I don't think there was any intention there to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I think it was just more, it's just a stupid situation. It was unnecessary
mm.
and an oversight. That's my opinion of it anyway. But even then he gets into that, and he goes around the house, and you think, Stephen, just don't get involved. Like, that's not for me,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. That's it. Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, I'm here to talk about football.
Yeah.
You just shut it down, but
Yeah,
that's just his
but
style,
that's
isn't
he's
it?
just he's just too honest, and and
Yeah.
it's amazing, really, in football as a cutthroat business, how well he's done with his blatant honesty, like as a person, his integrity and things. Like I said, we've met him. He's a lovely
Yeah.
guy, but
He's
it's
a
just
lovely
not
man.
worked out. And
No,
the idea's there, and I think the players are there, and I think it's just sad that it's not going to be him doing it, but. I think we will have a positive legacy in time. Like, there'll be some people who won't give him any credit for that, though. I'm sure there'll be comments even coming in saying he's done
mate.
nothing, and we have had that with you in the past. But I think actually he's done a lot of
Yeah.
good in the background and the League of Ireland kind of stuff. From what I see from afar, admittedly, I'm not going to the League of Ireland every week and seeing Stephen Kenny, and I know he's not massively popular, probably within the League of Ireland as well, but that's probably from tribalism as well. He was a manager very successful with
Oh,
other rivals, and those rival fans are never going to give him credit, and they're going to go, "Well, I never rate Stephen Kenny anyway. I don't know
yeah.
how he
I
got
mean,
the
that's
job." So,
but he wants the best for Irish football,
yeah, we do. Yeah,
and that's the thing. And there's people out there that if he won the European Championship, they moan that he didn't win the World Cup. And he won the World Cup, saying, well, that's easy. The European Championship's the
mm,
hard one. You just can't please some people.
mm,
But It's sad, and it's going to be a bit of a damn squib on Tuesday for his last game, obviously against New Zealand. I don't know how many tickets are sold. Well, obviously a ton of tickets were sold for it, but I don't know how many people are going to actually show up. I suppose it depends, if we get a bit of a hiding here tomorrow night.
Yeah, it depends on the performance here, and I think the James McLean
Mm,
factor is something. And it's interesting that he got called up, isn't it, to the squad now for the Holland game, and he's come
mm.
in, and I think but like, from the football side, I know we're doing a preview of it. I mean, it will be Bazunu in goal, I'm sure, and I think Scales probably has done enough over the last few games to
I
be
think
in
you're going to
there.
scale. Yeah, you're going to scales probably Duffy, Collins. That might come back. Egan's not
Mm.
in the squad, is he?
No, he's not.
Um,
No, Egan's not there. So
yeah,
Eberselli's out. We know that McLean might come in. Doherty maybe go on the left. You wouldn't know. Alan Brown
yeah.
even. I mean, he's a big loss. Ogbene. What's his first name again?
Mhm.
I always forget his first name. What was it, Dave? Ogbene's first name.
But no, you're right. A big
Oh
loss
yeah,
there.
yeah.
To the team. Probably
Making up
Jamie
for it.
McGrath's going to. Yeah, so yeah, it's a new. Sorry, it's the Wi-Fi. um, but yeah, no, yeah. I mean, McGrath's probably going to come in as well. There was
Malumbi
actually
Cullen.
actually
Malumbi Cullen. Knight.
yeah,
That's-
Malumbi coming. Well, there's no cause of will, so it's gonna be yeah, back to base. You think he's gonna go five at the back, or
Yeah, the three
instead
at
of
the
the
back.
flat
Yeah,
back four?
yeah, I think so.
Well, sorry, three at the back. It's actually really five at the back, isn't it? When we say
And
three
and,
at the
that,
back.
and that's the worry though is the isolation of Ferguson then, because against France at home, he was very isolated when we were pinned back a
Well,
bit.
you give
And
Mickey. I think she'd take a punt and give Mickey Johnson a go. Mickey Johnson's
yeah,
he's an
yeah.
old school left winger. Give him a go. Get the
Yeah.
service up to the big man Ferguson up
Mm,
front. Get in the box. I think the Dutch actually have a massive injury problem. I think they've only got one recognized central defender. So this is a great opportunity to go there
mm,
and spoil the party a little bit. I mean, doesn't matter. Listen, what happens tomorrow, right? What happens tomorrow? It's not going to change anything. Kenny's
no.
still going to be out, but go out with a bit of pride and with a bit of a bang. I did ask a question. I was out there, and I did ask about Andrew Bombadeli. What's going, like, do you guys know anything? Because these guys are connected. I'm
Mm,
not. And the response I got was, it's just a bonkers club. It's just a batshit crazy club, and don't be surprised if you see him out on loan or being sold
January. Yeah.
in January. Yeah, it's just Notts Forest are sorry, Nottingham Forest. Better not call them Notts Forest. I'll get shot for that. Nottingham Forest are just a bit of a mental club, and they are a bit of a mad club, actually. To be
Mm,
fair, and just ask Martin Neal on Talksport, but. Yeah, he's just not getting a look in there, and I don't know why. Like, he hasn't done anything. He seems like a good lad. I've never heard anything bad about him. Do
no,
you know what I
no.
mean?
Yeah.
Andrew Bombadeli, but he is real. I saw him again. He's not a hologram. He's not a figment of our imagination. Um, he does exist. Did you see the FEI release some figures today? Did you see that email?
I did. Yeah. A very clever
Yeah.
marketing. Well, PR kind of.
Uh, are you, Alamar? Are you trying to suggest that this email is some sort of manipulation? Is that what you're trying to get at, Martin? Because
Mm,
I don't appreciate your tone there. This is just complete coincidence.
no, I. Mm.
Well, let's read them out, shall we? And by the way, your comments are coming in, guys. We will get to them. Tell us what you think. Tell us are you going to the match tomorrow? Are you going to the match on Tuesday? Tell us what you think. What we're talking about. Ask us anything. We'll be on hopefully till about just before 11 o'clock my time, which is 10 o'clock your time. But anyway, back to the FAI. So we got an email. The press release says the Football Association of Ireland has published its accounts for 2022 ahead of its AGM, which will take place in Dublin on December 9th, 2023. And you have these like points. Further reduction of legacy debt. Match related income improves. See how long that lasts. Commercial revenue increases. And then you go through like all the different bits and pieces. But here's some of the key financial highlights, Martin. Apparently, a surplus of €3.5 million was recorded for the financial year of 2022, based on a turnover of €54 million, compared to a surplus of 6.7 turnover of €54.3 million in 2021. I'm not going to bore you to death with this. They also said the association cash balance at the end of 2022 was 10.9 million, down from 27 million in 2021, driven by the repayment of significant portion of the association's legacy borrowing. Banks and other borrowings are now 50.9 million compared to 63.5 million in 2021. So that's the number of the debt right there, Martin. I think that's the important one that people want to know. They're 50 million in debt now, as opposed to 63.5 million. I mean, it's not really hard, is it? It shouldn't be hard to make money with association as a 54 million euro turnover.
No, I mean, it's a whole other podcast, to be honest. And we've chatted about commercialism within the FAI and how it should be so much better. But it's a damaged brand ultimately, and that's just the legacy of days gone by. And it's going to take a lot of and this other stuff coming out now. Even Jonathan Hill things. People read that as a headline, and it's just they might not even read the story, but they see the FAI. There's still another problem in there. Even if you're not really interested in football, you think it's a problem to be associated with it. And I mean, myself and Nick have spoken about this before. Going to football now. Look at the League of Ireland. Look at the FAI Cup final, record attendance. That was in spite of what the FAI do, basically, and are supporting it. People do want to go to things now, though. That's the thing. They are going out, like record sales of every musical artist is record breaking now. They're doing massive gigs and everything like that. Very popular. People after the COVID and the pandemic and everything wanted to get out to do things. We still don't do it right with the FAI. I mean, look, the season ticket sales, it's not bad value, but they still cocked up that a little bit with the pricing of the family ticket. So. And they are expecting numbers to be down, but now they've announced actually that they reckon they've sold already what they actually thought was going to be down. So it doesn't make sense sometimes, some of these kind of PR-driven statements that they issue. But it should be doing a lot better. Like football is a massively popular game in Ireland, and I seen a great point the other day. Yeah, but I seen someone that said the other day, you can't, kids are still going around in Premier League shirts and stuff. The League of Ireland teams, they've got to get their kind of club brands out there as well, and their shirts and all that kind of stuff. Comes down to the merchandising. I go on about that quite a bit, obviously, as we know. So look at my lovely Bazunu blue shirt in the background. I told you I get it. But that was a thing. That was my case in point, wasn't it? That you couldn't get that, and but that's just something that we still. I mean, I launched a loose shirt last week, and it was very actually low key, but they don't get it right. They just don't get it right at the moment, and they should be making more money out of it. But then there is not a lot of faith in the brand, but the match day experience is where they should be making a lot more money, without doubt. You should be able to. Years ago, you used to be able to buy kit and crap basically as well. You could buy all that rubbish in the stadium, but now you can't now. I mean, you can't even get a program in the stadium half the time. So
no, it's actually very. There's no rhyme or reason. You can't even get one in the stadium actually at all. You have to get them outside.
And it's obviously it's an essential now of the match day program. It's not like they used to be very popular and stuff, but now they are essential reading because the content in them, as you know, Dave, is very, very good.
Premium content. premium writer. I hope my article features in the Tuesday one.
After my scathing assault.
No, well, I mean, it's the 30th anniversary of Al McLaughlin's goal in Windsor Park all those years ago. So I did a little piece on that. I'm sure I wasn't the only one that did that. But I mean, it's 30 years, probably the most important goal in Irish football's history. But listen, we're going to leave the preview there. Actually, first question: are you going to be on the preview with me tomorrow, the pre-match?
No.
Oh no, you're not. You're here, aren't you? Sorry. Right. So.
Well, I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna have to walk through that, see if I can spot that fan that you said you saw earlier waving to you. I'm gonna have a look for her tomorrow.
Yeah, sitting down, scantily clad, and just kind of doing that.
All right.
Nice. Yeah. It's like, yeah, Dave, sign my boobs. It's like, oh, yeah, big fan of the Green Machine.
Good.
Big fan.
Let's get some stickers.
2. Oh God. Look, it's well, it's 9:09 back in your part of the world. You're in. It's nearly 11 o'clock where I am. I'm in Amsterdam. Sure, there is no watershed. The whole fucking day's a watershed. Did you know that just a bit of advice, Martin, that you can actually get fined €240 if you take pictures, and probably get the shit beat out of you as well.
Take pictures
Just don't.
of you.
Just,
Oh, what the?
well, yeah, of course, that goes
Yeah.
without saying. No, but yeah, if you're in that
The
part of the
vicinity.
world,
Yeah.
yeah, just don't. That's all signs. I tell you what, you walk around that area and you can just see the pimps, even though they're not supposed to have any. You can see them. It I wouldn't want to be around there at night time. Wouldn't want to be around there at night time. It's a bit of a dodgy area. But anyway,
But you will
we
be there.
will.
But you will be there tomorrow night. I'm joking. I wouldn't want to
will
be
be
there,
tucked up.
but yeah.
No,
Oh,
no, but it's my duty. But we will be live tomorrow before the game. We'll do the pre-game. Hopefully, we'll have Nick on there, if possible. If not, it'll just be myself. The only thing with that is a funny one, Martin. I don't know if I have a desk or not. Apparently, if
right.
I'm not a rights holder, if I haven't bought the rights to the game, me, with my three-legged rabbit and PlayStation. If I haven't bought the rights to the game, apparently you don't get a lanyard. You get a ticket, so I don't have a lanyard. And I don't think you get a desk to work on. You just
Oh,
sit
right.
there,
Just sit there and
just watch the
that's all
game.
right.
I mean, I don't know how the proper journalists are going to work. I mean, I am obviously one.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know how that works. But anyway, so we'll see how that goes tomorrow. So you might see me, sort of hiding in the toilets at the Johan Cruyff, trying to do the pre-match with the lads kicking down the door. But we will have a pre-game, normally about an hour when the team is announced, and of course straight away for the aftermath. Either myself and Nick will be on there. But we want to hear from you guys. As always, we are Irish Football's most interactive podcast, and we.
And as well, we're meeting, aren't we? No, but we're meeting during the day, aren't we? We're going to get some stuff out there as well.
We're going to meet up.
We're
We'll be around.
fans, so it should be good. We're going to be we're going to be on the streets of Amsterdam. Not like that, but we will be. We'll be chatting to Ireland fans tomorrow, and
when putting ourselves
giving a flavour of what it's about, like traveling, watching
Ireland
as we did before.
We'll be putting ourselves in the shop window tomorrow. Not in that way. see me in the window, like with just covered in Green Machine stickers, the naughty bits covered out. Yeah, that'll get running in with the 5p's. But anyway, so that's tomorrow. But yeah, we will have that, and we'll be around if you see us around anyway, around the red light district area, glued to the window. Yeah, so do say hello. Right. Should we get into the comments, Martin? Should we get into and see what our wonderful tribe out there have said? So bear with me, guys. I'm doing this on my mobile phone. So Greg Foley. Hey, lads. He's on a YouTube channel. How you doing, Greg? I know that we're shite, but we're still looking forward to the game. I bet you are, Greg. I bet you are, if you're in Amsterdam, that is. But good man, Greg. That's the spirit as well. Darren O'Grady on YouTube. How you doing, Darren? Hope Kenny goes out in a high. Oh, you might do if he's in Amsterdam. Got all these Amsterdam jokes. Darla Connor, I should have gave her a sticker, Dave. I know, right? She was on the other side of the canal. Like, I actually couldn't get to her. It was like further down. Darren, unfortunately, I know you won't be in Amsterdam tomorrow. May get better soon, pal. Barry Murray, Kenny has been a total. I don't think we need to guess too much what you're going to say there. Greg Foley, I have a comment and a question all in one. In your opinion, how come the Johnson Hill shit show holiday payment didn't get more airtime here in Ireland? Well, I don't live in Ireland. I know there's Martin. But that's a good question. If it didn't get a lot of airtime, maybe because it wasn't seen as something nefarious. It was seen more as a slip, Martin, a dropping on the ball as opposed to hiding it.
Yeah, I think there was coverage about the voting as well for the kind of gender kind of issue, isn't it, for the representation on the board?
Yeah.
So that kind of overshadowed it a little bit. I think it obviously well managed within the media, to be honest, but I think it's very damning that it's happened, and it's caused a lot of upset within the staff at the FAI as well, rightly so. And again, it's probably a loss of faith in the leader in a sense, but. I think in a way, I think what I would like to see happen is, obviously, I think the manager is going to be reviewed. And I think we need to, obviously, the fan base have to kind of ask some questions of the kind of senior management team in a way, because we're kind of accepting it that these errors are still happening and stuff. But as I've said,
That's the
it's a
thing.
commercial entity now, and I know I criticise that it's not a fantastic commercial entity, but they see it very much as a business. And
Who
in
who made the
anywhere else,
mistake?
we'd be calling out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's
Who,
not going to be admitting him, is it? Like he can go, well, I got paid and whatever.
but here's the thing though. Why isn't due diligence being kept?
Followed.
That's the
Yeah,
problem here.
exactly. Yeah,
Or
because
being
it's not
followed.
all organized in the background. That's what it is. I mean, we know some people in
Well,
the
it clearly
FAI, and
isn't.
no, it's not. No, and
Because
that's the problem. But then the full guy isn't him. He's not accepting, or actually, like, it's not enough for me to step down on this and crap. Like, what else don't
it's
we know? And
probably this alone, though. I don't think this alone is enough to call for his head. To be fair, and I have been a biggest fan of this guy. I don't think this alone. Now, there's other stuff that's a whole other ball game.
yeah,
But I mean, whoever was in charge of going through the figures and saying, right, I can't take holiday. What do we do here? That's when someone needs to turn around and say, well, actually, sorry, boss, but you don't, we can't pay you for your holiday. And it goes over the
yeah,
amount of sports are, etc. Because that is all the way through because, the financial restraints of the association. And that's where he needs to, if he was told that and he goes, do it anyway, then he needs to go. I
mm,
don't think that's the case. But it's the case, all right, you're telling me he's a delegator. So
mm,
he's probably delegated that to somebody. I don't know who. I genuinely don't know who. And he go, all right, you're telling me you're my money guy, or you're the person that's in charge of this, or you're telling me this, so I'm going to go with you. And to be fair, that is right because you can't, as a CEO, you can't be in charge of everything. I know you say
no,
the buck stops at you, but you can't. That was the problem with Delaney. He had his fingers in everything, and he wasn't concentrating on what he was supposed to be
mm.
concentrating on. It was not about him. So from my opinion, that alone wouldn't be enough to get rid of John Hill. Now, there's other stuff like not moving from Ireland and all this. I'm not a big fan of, but for me anyway,
I think
that
he's getting
alone.
away with it a little bit though, as well. The fact that he can, if it was his appointment of the manager, and it was such a poor performance that we didn't qualify, his get out is, I didn't appoint Stephen Kenny. He can say that at the moment, can't he? Because he didn't.
He
So
can,
that
but
he
that's
has
going
to
to
get
run
the
out
next
very
one
shortly.
right. Yeah, exactly. He's got to get the next
Yeah,
one right. He's got to get this is the biggest test for him now, the appointment. And I know that
yeah,
will all be, it won't just be him like, all right, John Delaney moved to get managers and things in the past. But probably that is the kind of job, I suppose, for him to do. But it is going to
yeah,
be the board appointment and things. And I that's why I think as well, if it was the administration side of it where he's made a mistake, but also then we can go, actually, if you're responsible for the appointment of a manager who oversaw a dreadful qualifying campaign,
yeah.
we're not
But
happy with you on that. You failed on that as well, and that's,
yeah,
and as well,
and then
you can probably buy in time with the Mark Canham coming in as well. So it's a bit of delegation there, isn't it, on the football side of director of football, whatever that
well,
is.
yeah. Well, if you delegate, it doesn't stick, does it?
Mm.
Well,
And the
it will
women's
eventually. But
lack of the women's thing with Vera Powell didn't sit comfortably with me, and also the lack of
mm,
sponsorship. He does have to be accountable, and he needs to be asked for these things. Maybe at the AGM. Infamously, we're not able to ask questions at the AGMs in the days gone by, but maybe journalists will have the opportunity to sit down with him and
I think
ask him those questions.
I think you're on now. Right, let's get back on to the comments and try to lash through a few of these. We've got a fair few here. Barry Murray, Stephen Kenny has been a total disgrace as manager. Never had any business being an international manager. Well, I mean, I think that's a bit harsh, but you know, I would say that, wouldn't I? Greg Foley, when we see these shenanigans again, it's really difficult to believe that anything has changed within the FAI. That's true. I mean, it's a damaged brand, and it is damaged. And they really, you need to be perfect. There was a very good comment made actually. Martin Neal made it, in fact, and he said that if you get up early a couple of times in your life, you will have you will be able to sleep in for the rest of your days because you will have a reputation as an early riser. And at the moment, it doesn't matter what the FEI did, they could have the most perfect 10, 15 years and people will still go, that's shower.
Mm.
It doesn't because they've had generations of it. And stuff like this is not helping. They have to cleanse. They have to cleanse themselves, and even then, it won't be enough for some people. And then this is going on. It's just, it's not good. Martin Shields, Have you been writing? I haven't, Martin,
I think he's.
unfortunately.
I think he's commented. I think he's giving me a bit of a shout out for my comment. That question I asked of you.
Yeah, no, I haven't, sadly. Darren Grady, come on, lads, let's talk football. We were talking. Oh, okay. Sorry, Darren. Um, I don't think we were doing that. Tony DCFC, who cares? It's shit. Hopefully, not talking about a podcast. Stephen Dunn, don't bring your nuts. Don't bring your nut to Amsterdam, not knowing she's pregnant. Skipper from Ringsend. Not sure, Stephen, what you mean by that one, but okay. Darrell O'Connor. If we don't play more tomorrow, Kenny really robbed Crawford today. Unlucky not to get at least a draw against Norway. Very good point. Very good point, Darrell. Do you remember when Stephen Kenny, when he was on the 21s manager and McCarthy couldn't get anything from Barney Murray? Has Neil Lennon got the job? He's heavy favourite with every bookmaker. I don't.
No.
To me, no, hope not. No. You don't want someone like Neil Lennon in there. He has baggage. He has lots of baggage. And also with that, you have to remember Barry, because no one really knows. It's just somebody's probably put 500 quid on the market somewhere on him and has shifted it. And then they've laid the bet off to another bookie, and they've left the bet off to another bookie, and it just has this knock-on effect. I used to work in a bookie. It's just rumors, and because there's not much money going into it, 500 quid would be enough.
Would move
Probably
it,
50 quid.
Probably
100.
You know, would the market will move very easy.
Yeah. Now, when Kenny does go, then I'll get interesting. And then you tend to know he's in that kind of top bracket. Then that's when, but at this stage, it's far too early, so I wouldn't go by that. Kieran Boyle, how you doing, Kieran, over in sunny Florida? 3-0 Holland sounds about right. Can't see how anyone can expect anything else. The Kenny Rain goes out with a whimper. Good man, Kieran. Darrell O'Connor, God, no, on Neil Lennon. I'd rather stick with Kenny than Neil Lennon. Yeah, to be honest, I would too. Sarah Curry, how you doing? Sorry. I'm a pregnant one he brought. Enjoy your trip, boys, more than me there. Now we get it. Good stuff, Sarah. Fantastic. Who was that said that? Let me have a look. Stephen Dunn. Don't bring her to Amsterdam. Oh, Jesus. Good man, Stephen. Darrell O'Connor. Would love to get some role for him, even in the FAI at some capacity. Stephen Kenny. Don't tell Nick that. We had a massive row about that a while back. Barney Murray. Can you please explain why Neil Lennon is 1-2 or 2-1 on with some bookmakers? Yet again, it's probably, Barry, somebody has just shifted the market by putting 100 quid on it because there's not a lot of money going on it.
That is a bit mad, though. That odds that would seem that someone thinks they know something. But yeah, I couldn't have that.
It could be somebody sitting in a bar. I've seen it happen. I used to work at a bookies.
Yeah, but odds on is very. That's pretty. To go odds on is mad. I will tell the story of the. Well, not now. I won't. But I think it was Stan. I think it was Didier Deschamps when he was linked, and he came into even money, and I hacked him at 20-1 that time, and yeah, I should have laid it off in hindsight. I didn't.
There you go, Beeline Martin. Ronan Tilley. Will anyone remember 3 years of Kenny after Tuesday? Probably not. To be fair, it's been quite.
We won't, but we will remember. Like, we will know that, like, the players come through under him in a way, and that'll be a quiz question in time. Like, name the players who were capped by Kenny.
Yeah, all 24 of them. Martin Fitzpatrick. FAI Cup final was class. Is Ferguson fit? Yep, it was class. Look, brilliant. And isn't it funny that now? When I was a kid, for the FAI, the men's team's always the cash cow for the FAI. Not much to show for on the surface, at least, anyway, with the Charlton years and the Mick years. And now it's the other way around. And yes, Ferguson is fit. He is fit, unless something happens to him tonight. Please God, it doesn't, but he is fit. Darrell O'Connor, just to respond about the Stephen Kenny question. Yes, Ronan, he will. Oh, he will. He'll be looked on kindly, in my opinion. Darrell O'Connor is a diehard Kenny fan. Donald would love to see Seamus Cohn as player manager after Kenny. You don't see those anymore, do you? The player managers. Probably a good reason. Barry Murray goes, I remember how terrible he was. That's Kenny. Just wait and see Kenny's next job in football. That will be his level. Probably, well, it's Lincoln City, isn't it? according to some. Tilly, he'll look like a massive bell end. Oh, no. Cormac Murray, how you doing, Cormac? Is Jonathan Hill going to resign or be sacked? Surely can't survive. We did cover that earlier on. I don't think he's going to resign just yet. There hasn't been too many scandals with him. This is his first one. And I think he just needs to keep his nose clean for a while after that. And he won't resign either. I mean, he doesn't even live here. Ronan Tilly, I think Pat Fellon would have done a better job, and Kenny couldn't any worse. That's for sure. Carl Connor. I wonder, was she a fan of any other Irish past United? I don't think that's about. This is the problem when you got the mobile phone. Thomas Brennan, enjoy Amsterdam, lads. You'll pay a lot more for the points than we did in Faro when I was full of beer being interviewed by Martin. Oh, Carlo. Good man, Thomas.
Good to see you.
Got it. Yeah, I remember that outside. From Manchester, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good lad. He's a good lad. Thank you for tuning into the show. Darrell O'Connor, I'm not a fan of Hill, never was. He should go back to the English FA. Would love Mooney back for some toilet interviews. What do you mean, Darrell? Please don't say what you mean. But yeah, I'd love to have Noel Mooney back. Darrell O'Connor, but if not Mooney, someone with pure skills like Delaney without the corruption. I mean, Jesus, yeah, like Jonathan Hill. I mean, he's the. You never see any of them. Pat Roach, lads. I think Roy Keane is going to be the next manager. Makes business sense, responsive, etc. Plus, I think personally he will work. No, Pat, I'm sorry. I no, just no. Here's a guy. I'm not even going to go into his player stuff, but here's a guy who hasn't managed for 10 years. Had very mixed success. He bought a lot of players that he played with that were good pros, and back then you could get good pros to get you out of the championship. Not enough now. Not enough to do it. And any foray into management after that has been poor, really. Even as Sunderland, Martin, I'm sure you remember this, or you won't want to mention it. But even as Sunderland, he abandoned Sunderland. Do you remember? He went missing. He went AWOL. He went on the lash with his mates. And let his assistant set up the team. Do you remember that? And he goes, "Oh, I needed that." Just before he resigned. No, guy's an absolute basket case. I understand, people are trying to say if he got a coaching setup. No, you were trying to put that argument out there. Phil Quinn was as well, Martin. But no, absolutely not. It just would not make sense, and it wouldn't work. And he hasn't managed for 10 years. And look what happened when he was assistant manager at Nottingham Forest. Look what happened when he was assistant manager, even at Ireland.
I think players. Yeah. I mean, I know I've said it in the past, but I think I think he's too volatile for it. I think even the media stuff. Look, he had a bit of he's had a bit of a chat, hasn't he, with Carragher and Wright, I think, and Gary Neville for this overlap thing or whatever. And he was talking about all his sendings off, and he's kind of dug out McAteer on that one again. A McAteer bit today on Twitter. It's quite interesting. Like coming back and going for him. Yeah, so it was a bit of good interaction, not interaction between them, but good kind of bit of crack there, because McAteer is kind of saying he never showed up, and now he doesn't shut up about stuff. And I think he was saying McAteer was just mouthing off and were never friends with him and all that stuff. But it's just dredging up all the stuff.
He's baggage. He's just got baggage. Darrell O'Connor has a good one here. Dream scenario: I have to choose who will be Carsey as manager and Brian Barry Murphy, City development manager, as assistant with O'Shea, and a role for Kenny in the FEI. I'd go with that. I think everyone wins. Martin Shields. Len wouldn't work for us. Hope you have a great trip watching from Germany. Good man, Martin. Hope you enjoy Germany. And I agree with you, yeah. He wouldn't work. Aaron Conley. Is that the Aaron Conley? Tell you, it wouldn't surprise me. Who would you play as a forward line for tomorrow night? I think for me it was Ferguson, Johnston, and Christ, who would have put us to right? I should have to put McGrath up there, wouldn't you? No one else.
Yeah. Jason Knight maybe could be the one in that.
Would you push him up forward?
Yeah, probably would. Jason Knight has played everywhere for us, and he's been brilliant in a lot of them positions as well. I mean, it's ridiculous. But no, I think we need to get some speed up behind. Like Mikey Johnson could definitely work well with Evan Ferguson.
Big man.
But yeah,
I suppose maybe. I mean, it depends what you want to play. Would you play? I mean, if you got Evan Ferguson, you got to make him a focal point. You got to get the balls into
Mm.
the box. He's a big guy. You can head it. You
Yeah.
can. So if you're going to play, you got to go with Johnson on the left, and you just got to get somebody who can cross it in from the right,
Mm.
who'll get wide and play to his strengths. And I think that's whipping the balls into the box and getting the big man up there. That's the only way we're
Yeah.
going to get anything out of Ferguson at the current state. I mean, obviously, Troy Parr, it'd be very unfair on him, but he's more of a play through the centre, isn't he? He's not an
Mm.
on a striker. He plays behind the striker, so it's trying to find a system with him in it. I mean, Adamaida.
Yeah, I don't know if both of them. I don't think they both go. But I think, yeah, like even Robinson maybe on the right. I don't know. I'd rather see Knight there, to be honest. But I think because
Robertson.
I think he'll just drop in a little bit more Knight, and I think that's like get up behind. Like I think
That's a good shout.
Yeah, but like
Robertson
Alan,
as a winger, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Alan Brown. You know, yeah, I mean, look, he can do a job there, can't he? But he's a massive loss. I mean, look, talking about like he's a massive loss, Benny, because the way we play, especially this kind of game of counter attacking, and that's what the whole idea was with France. He just his speed and pace.
He just makes shit happen, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But we're moving on. Last couple of comments here, guys, and we're gonna have to wrap it up because I am staying with family and have to have a curfew. Pat Roach, why would Carsley decide to take Ireland unless it's his dream to manage the country? Absolutely no way he'd take the Ireland job. He'd be lined up for club or, God forbid, a future England manager. That's true, but I don't know. I think he's got to finish business with Ireland because he was never rated after giving away the penalty against Turkey back in '99. I think he never really
felt part of the World Cup as well. He's openly said that. I think he kind of is a bit more embedded now with English, sadly. And I think is even the fact, like, kind of it was a bit of a slight really on him and Kilban. They offered themselves to the FAI years ago and weren't accepted then. I think it's a little bit like, I think it's like a little bit like when Jack wrote to England and never got a response and stuff years ago. I think he'll be a future. I think he'll go with the under-21 still with England, and he'll either get the England job or he'll just go into management somewhere there, like club management. I don't think we can afford him, and unless it is his dream job. And I think he's too young for it in a way. Like he's got to get his coaching a little bit differently. I think he's unless you sell a project to him and go, right, you've got 2 campaigns, is what you got to do. But if he does well with Ireland, this is the real situation with this management thing. If he does well, anyone who does well with us, who is a good coach, is going to be attracting attention from, good clubs, and they're going to get money.
I know.
And that's what Martin O'Neill was always being kind of offered, wasn't he?
But that's why. And I said this before with Carsley, you have a predecessor lined up, someone like John O'Shea with him. Carsley's going to go, and you say, look, you're going to go. And if you're picked from us, it means you're doing a good job. And then you're going to have someone come in and take your place. And then they begin this process, this conveyor belt, like what Liverpool did, the Liverpool way. It works. It's not new. Anyway, we need to lash through the rest of the comments. Darragh Loughlin, who is your current best Irish 11 if everybody is fit? I think probably do this together. I mean, for me, it'd be a flat back 4-3-3. It'd be Bazunu. Left back Manning, right back Ebicelli. Centre half would be Collins and probably Scales at the moment because I don't know what's going on with Bombadeli. And Darragh O'Shea is just very consistent club form. I think in midfield you have Cullen behind Knight and Malumbi, although Malumbi is struggling for form a little bit at the moment. They're probably up front. You'd probably go with Benny, Ferguson, and
probably Jason
Mikey.
Knight. I'd go Jason Knight personally. Yeah. But then I think it's just Michael Johnson's a bit more impact for me. And I don't know if he's done enough to earn starting. Like the way we play, I don't think he's done enough. I think he's more influential off the bench. But I wouldn't disagree too much with the back 4. And we've got to really make sure that Ferguson's getting support because he's coming up against Virgil van Dijk, isn't he? And that's a big test. And you've got to get up behind it. Like he's not going to be. Look, I'm going Ireland 1-0 Ferguson. is my prediction. So, but
Well,
that's
I
in
think
hope
it's
more than thingy. But look, we went there and Robbie Keane did the business, and I think Evan Ferguson's just incredible. So he's the
well.
future hope of Ireland, and I think this is the chance to deliver. And it wouldn't surprise me. Look, they're through anyway, aren't they, Holland? So
I see Martin hasn't waited to get to Amsterdam to get off his tits, but anyway, there you go. Just the last few comments here, and then we're going to wrap this up. Aaron Conley, when like Benny is fit, is Johnson first. Like Benny up front, I agree. I think we both said that. Thomas Brennan, lads, I'm 100% Carl on that Manchester. Sorry about that,
sorry,
Thomas.
Thomas.
Absolutely. Ronan Tilly, hopefully we don't play shit teams with Benny's under the new manager. He wants to see us beat Malta if we can, like watching paint dry. Greg Foley did a UEFA B course with McAteer. He was a total pain in the hole. Just saying. Stephen Manningham did the same course. It was a class act, brilliant with everyone. McAteer, painful. Glenn Forbes excited to see the Cruyff Arena. Yep. If you're inside it, wait till you see it. It's a proper stadium. Like it's got layers and everything to it, and it's got statues. It's got pictures of all the players, the lineage, Martin. Van Basten, Littman, and didn't see Frank Staple in there, unfortunately, for 6 months. But just a quality players. Bergkamp, brilliant. Overmars, fantastic. Thomas Brennan, quite appropriate that broadcasting from Amsterdam and Road is on your microphone. Dara Loughlin, thanks lads, appreciate the analysis. Enjoy the match. Thank you very much, Dara. Darrell Connor, let's spoil the party tomorrow. Enjoy, lads. Safe trip back to the homeland for New Zealand. We're going to leave it there. Thank you very much, everybody at home. Yes, so tomorrow, Martin and I will be around Amsterdam, around the red light part of it, seeing our fans. We will be around there, so come and say hello. We're going to try and get some words with the fans. Also, I will be doing a pre-match show from the stadium. I hope. I don't know what it's going to look like. It'll probably be like this, and that's going to be interesting. And also, we'll be doing a post-match show once the game is finished. So if you do see us, guys, say hello, as always. Martin, we're going to leave it there. I will see you tomorrow. Safe flight. When do you get in?
Thank you. Around midday, I think. 1 o'clock or something like that. But yeah, looking forward to it. So a lot of Irish fans obviously travelling over. So yeah, do say hello to us. Look after Dave if you do see him early before I get there. Mind him. And like Dave said, you're not allowed to take photos around certain areas of Amsterdam. And but I will buy a pint for anyone who gets a photo of Dave. Right? I will buy you a pint, right? If you can send me a photo of Dave in one of them situations.
Yeah, I'll be the one up against the window. But anyway, listen, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the YouTube channel. Thank you. By the way, no, I was going to thank you for your support during the year, but I'll thank you on Tuesday, please God, when hopefully we put New Zealand to the sword in another 1-0 win. But anyway, thank you very much. Good night. Come on, you boys in green. We'll see you tomorrow.